cannot do does not exist. Streams of joy. On the 22nd of April, my husband that traveled home on the 9th of that same April, that public holiday, hale and hearty, very stable, was brought back to me, to Abuja, as a vegetable.
This woman shared her testimony about how God restored the husband when he was brought back from wherever he went to. According to her, the man became a vegetable. See what the Lord has done through prayers. Listen.
He was brought back. He wasn't working. He wasn't talking. He couldn't recognize his atmosphere. He couldn't recognize me. He couldn't say anything. In fact, the only time he spoke a word was when he was like writing on the air, as in, is it mental insanity or whatever? When we went to the hospital, they used a wheelchair. Of course, like I told you, he was brought back almost in a comatose situation. They carried wheelchair, took him. They received him in an emergency. The doctors did what they could do. He wasn't improving, rather getting worse. I don't know whether they became afraid or what. They said they were going to refer us, because we went to Wuse General Hospital, where his NHIS is domiciled. They said they were going to refer us. We should choose either National Hospital or FMC. I said, okay, they should take us to FMC. They gave us a referral. We went to FMC. We got into FMC about 11 p.m. They also admitted him on emergency then. Instead of this man to get better, he was getting worse. 3 days after from the emergency, he was transferred into the ward. Nothing was getting better. He was placed on catheter. Urine was flowing non-stop. While he was touching me, I remember that we have hope. We have a place. We have somebody who is already standing in the gap. And meanwhile, streams of joy. I remembered all the professions, all the testimonies, all the declarations, all the words Papa has given on this altar. The day Papa said, your next 15 years has been redeemed, I put my husband's name to it. I reminded God, I said, on the altar of streams of joy, Abuja, your next 15 years has been redeemed. You will not die. And on NSPPD, Papa kept mentioning the case. On Sunday evening, I called my leader. I said, are you still in church? He said, yes. I came. I said, please, I am coming to take Papa's mantle. Please help me get Papa's mantle. I don't want a new mantle. I want the one Papa used today. He said, okay, I should come. When I came, he gave me a word, said, this third service. I said, thank you. I went back straight to the hospital. I placed that mantle on him, and I started praying. On Tuesday, the doctors now came again. They were still murmuring what the nurses was murmuring. And meanwhile, as at that Tuesday, they were still like, we might discharge him. This guy that has not even been pooping on himself also started pooping on himself. So how will you discharge him in this kind of situation? It's like a case of, okay, go and die in your house. I said, it's a lie. I wept. I cried unto God. I said, I have heard discharge. They will discharge him. They said they will discharge him. They will discharge him, but he will come back home. It's somebody who is well that will be discharged. They will not discharge him as a vegetable. He cannot come back in this condition. On Wednesday morning, that was 1st of May. And if you notice, there was a twist. Rather than the normal, oh Lord, show us mercy, Papa took it in a different dimension. And then if you are following NS, you know that it's on Monday that we do shake up. But on that Wednesday, Papa started shaking. He said, whatever from the crown of your head to the sole of your feet that is not planted by God, shake it up.
Say today, from my head to my toes, from my head to my toes, whatsoever that is not of God in my body, in my soul, in my spirit, say right now, today, I shake you off. Fall off, fall off, fall off. I shake off, fall off, fall off.
I didn't even mind that there was drip running on his hand. I started shaking that bed. I started shaking him. I was moving him. At the point I was shaking him, this person that has never talked, that didn't know his environment, started saying amen. Started saying amen. Hey, hey. That is not all. That was just the beginning of what God did. One thing again God did. That ward was like a semi-private ward. There were 4 patients. One was a Muslim. The other 2 patients also. All of them joined in that prayer. Started saying amen, including the Muslim man. Oh my goodness. I took charge of the atmosphere. The NSCVD took over. Fire took over the whole place. We started screaming. Even the doctors, the nurses, they all jumped into the ward. What was this? When they now saw that, because NSCVD was still blasting, they went back. Apparently, NSCVD has gone everywhere. Apparently, they knew about NSCVD, the doctors, so they left us. Then on Thursday, remember that they told us so the previous day they were going to discharge him. On Thursday morning, I still went. 6 a.m. I was already in the hospital waiting for NSPPD. When NSPPD started, we started blasting again. And Papa said, Lazarus, that Jesus said, my friend Lazarus will not die. I will go that I will wake him up. He now said, call it by name. Wake that situation up. Your health is waking up. Everything is waking up.
And Jesus said, Lazarus is not dead. I go. Our friend Lazarus sleepeth. Our friend Lazarus sleepeth. I go that I may wake him. Say, my portion, my evidence cannot die. What the Lord has given to me will not disappear. Say, it is not dead. Say, today I arise. I arise. I arise. I wake it up. I wake it up. I wake it up.
I said, Simon, wake up. Because my husband's name is Simon. Simon, wake up. Simon, wake up. Simon, wake up. And then I remember that, and I told him, get up. You don't remember. The first thing God has done is that he's now hearing me. And he can now understand. I said, wake up, children of God. This man that has never, that his neck, he got up. He got up. He got up. He rose up from the bed. He came down from the bed. He came down. Hey! As he rose up, I was going. I said, follow me. He was following me. I was going. He was following me. We started shouting again. We started shouting. The whole was shouting. They now came. When they told us to go home, one of the patients, they went to one of the patients, apparently, yeah, from a very good heart, gave me pampers that I should wear in diaper. I said in my mind, diaper, you don't even know the, are you? Because I couldn't accept what we negate what the Lord has already told me and what we are doing. So, but when she persisted, I didn't want her to feel bad. I took him, but I refused to wear him the diaper. She was like, wear it now. I said, the boat guy is already waiting. If we need it, I'll wear him in the car. Children of God, another miracle is that we drove from FNC to Akofesu. He did not urinate. The same urine that was pouring non-stop. Remember that we have removed the syringe, everything, but he did not urinate on himself. We got home. You saw him walking there. Since that day, he has been walking. Throughout this week, no catheter, nothing, unaided. He walks into the toilet where he wants to ease himself. And throughout this week, he's now saying he wants to go to work. I am not the one asking him not to go. Rest for 1 week. We have a God. We have an altar. He's my everything. He's now very coherent. He converses normally. What God cannot do.
Yes, yes.
Hope you've been blessed by this word. Please tell someone that Jesus Christ is still in the business of doing miracles. For what God cannot do does not exist. Shalom.